Oh, it's a pleasure, Ayesh. Thank you for coming on the show. For a person who wants to start drifting, what is the minimum horsepower that you need?
Here we go with the drifting of Sri Lanka.
We're going to have a drift battle. Ayesh Bandara, the drift king of Sri Lanka, and me, who's planning on dethroning him in a figure of 8 battle. I think I nailed the cone. Yeah, I'm going to nail another cone. So let's get the cone back into place. Hello and welcome back. We are here at the beautiful Conway Autodrome in Medigama with a brand new episode. This is the Exide Masterclass Racer's Edge. Now, as a race car driver, I follow a couple of simple rules. Rule number 1, the fastest way around a corner is with the maximum grip and traction being applied. Rule number 2, if you're sliding, you're slow. But today, I'm going to learn and try a sport that takes these rules of drifting and throws it out the window. Welcome then to the wonderful, exciting, mind-bending, traction-defying world of drifting. So, what is drifting? Well, drifting is a driving technique where the driver intentionally causes a car to oversteer, turning it into a corner and carrying speed and angle through it. Now, what happens here is that the rear slip angle exceeds the front so much that the front tires are pointing in the wrong direction. What that means is that if you're going left, your tires are turning right. Now, this is called counter steer or opposite lock. This, combined with the smell of burning rubber and plumes of white smoke out the back of the tires, is the exciting, wonderful sport of drifting. It is widely known that drifting originated in Japan and then became popular to the rest of the world, no doubt aided by the cartoon and anime series Initial D. Now, whilst the father of drifting is a person by the name of Kunihitsu Takahashi, the most popular name in the world of drifting is Keiichi Tsuchiya, DK, or the Drift King. Tsuchiya practiced his art in the mountains of Japan, and then when he was on the racetracks, in front, leading the race, he was so bored that he started drifting to entertain the audiences. The rest, as they say, is history, and today drifting is one of the most popular sports in the world. Now, in Sri Lanka, we have a person who's gained a bit of a reputation as being Sri Lanka's Drift King. And today we are going to meet him to try and learn a little bit more about this sport, the rules about it, and what type of cars we can use to drift. I'd like to introduce you and welcome Ayesh Bandara.
Hi Ishraq, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Ayesh. Thank you for coming on the show. Ayesh, I know you started off as a race car driver because, you know, I've seen you on the track many times. How did you get involved in drifting?
I started my racing in 2016. I started off with go-karts, moved to Formula LGB. Then I raced my EK9. For us, it became like a repetitive process where we go to the track, like do the same amount of laps, come back home. So me and my friends, we thought like we're going to do something crazy or something different.
Okay.
Why
Why drifting? What did you see something? Did you watch Initial D? What was it that made you say, no, I want to try out drifting?
No, actually back then we were following this YouTube
Okay.
Page called Lone Star Drift.
Okay.
And we've been following their Drift Week.
Okay.
And with that we started watching Hoonigan Garage,
Okay.
Adam LC stuff, Mad Mike.
So all that YouTube got you into drifting.
Yep.
So Ayesh, did you have any formal training in drifting?
Actually followed novice drift course in Malaysia. Okay. Apart from that, I learned all my stuff through YouTube.
Right.
How to set up my car, how to do a clutch kick, how to do a donut, how to do a burnout, everything was learned through YouTube.
Brilliant. We don't have YouTube here for me, so you're going to be my YouTube a little later on. Now, in racing, I know about these three stages, right? One is the stage of grip, then the stage of loss of grip, and the next stage is the crash. Now in drifting, we've kind of bypassed the first stage, which is the grip, and we're teetering on the balance of the loss of grip. So I need to ask you, how dangerous is drifting?
So it's like this, everything we do motorsport related is somewhat dangerous. But then again, it's how you handle your car. If you overdo it, you can end up knocking it. But when it comes to drifting, you need rear grip. Rear grip is very important. Like
Okay, so even though you seem like you're out of control, you're kind of actually in control, is that what you're saying?
the wheels are spinning, you are more in control. Like it feels more comfortable and you know where the car is and like where the car is heading.
Talking about the car, just kind of run me through what is this car that you have built for drifting?
This is a Toyota Mark II GX100 X100 chassis.
Okay, and what's the engine? What's the engine we've got? Let's pull up the bonnet. Yep. Just open. Okay, all right. Yeah, easy.
So this is currently fitted with a JCX 100 1JC GT VVTi engine mounted to a R154 5-speed gearbox.
Numbers wise, what kind of horsepower are we talking about, Ayesh here?
Currently, this is running 342 wheel horsepower at 1.5 bar.
Okay, right. Now, for a person who wants to start drifting, what is the minimum horsepower that you need? I mean, I know you need a rear-wheel drive car. I mean, that's a given, right? Yeah. What kind of horsepower? Is there like a power-to-weight ratio that you kind of need to kind of know about?
So it all depends on your weight of the car. If it's like a Carina, a AA60 or a K70, okay. Like minimum 100 horsepower would do the job. 100
horsepower. So you're saying you can drift a car with 100 horsepower?
Definitely. You have to go 100% at it. Like if not, if it's like a heavy car like a GX100.
Okay, like this, yeah.
Like JCX100, R33, GTR, GTST. Okay. Your stock turbo would do the job, but from 250 to 350 wheel is what you need.
All right, brilliant. Ayesh, let's talk a little bit about the modifications and the differences between a drift car and a race car. And I'd like to start off with the suspension, because just on the visuals on the outside, this car looks completely different. We've got some kind of offset happening at the front, and the rear doesn't have that. So what is the suspension setup that you need to set up in a drift car? What do you do that's different to a race car?
Basically, this shares the same amount of one-way adjustable suspension with the race car.
Okay.
And this has like static negative camber, which is like 5.5 degrees or more.
So the negative camber is at 5.5 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay.
But apart from that, this has a short, like a modified knuckle, which will allow you to get more angle.
Okay. So wait. So what I'm saying is, what that means is that if a normal car, say, has this amount of turn, the drift car can turn a little bit more, is it?
Yeah, let's say a normal car would have like 35 degrees of angle, but a drift car usually has from 50 degrees to 90 degrees.
Okay, so that's the rundown of the engine, suspension, and the steering of this car. But there's one more thing that I want to focus on. It's the rear differential, or the LSD, limited slip differential as we call it. Because you see, in racing cars, we fit an LSD that provides a different type of grip. When one wheel is turning, it starts to lock and not allow the loss of grip to happen. But I've heard that in drift cars, they do some really crazy modifications. Ayesh, can you just kind of run me through what the modifications are on this car's rear differential?
Yeah. This car currently has Tomatrax 2-way LSD, and we have replaced all the suspension bushers with serial 9 solid mounts. If you are new to drifting, you don't always have to buy these 2-way LSDs and 1.5-way.
So what can you do then?
I would not recommend this, but you can always weld your diff.
Welded diff. Yeah, because that's what I've heard that people have done. All right, brilliant. Okay guys, now that we've learned a little bit more about the car and the rules of drifting, we're going to get suited up, and I'm going to ask Ayesh to take me around the track and show how it's done.
Here we go with the drifting of Sri Lanka. Ayesh, I need to ask you, what's this handle for? I've already got myself holding on to it. Real life.
It's called the panic handle. You can hold on to it while we drift.
It's called the panic handle. I'm not panicking yet, but I think soon I will be. As Ayesh is just warming the tires up and oh my goodness me. Woo! Here we go. The suspension of this car is just so tight and amazing. It's responding to just every little bit of turn, and I can see the amount of work that's been done to the steering already. Absolutely insane. Oh, that's oh my goodness. Whoa! Whoa! They say race cars drivers do make good passengers, and they are absolutely right. This is both magnificent and terrifying, all at the same time. So, the initiation of the drift is both brutal and violent. But once Ayesh gets the car in the slide, he's kind of balancing it like a ballerina doing the nutcracker. Right this, and even though we're going so fast in a different direction, I can almost feel like I can hold a cup of tea. Because it's so finely balanced here.
Alright, so I've had a go in Ayesh's absolute weapon of a drift car, and I've kind of realized that I need to go to the roots of drifting. So Ayesh said he's got a little challenge lined up for the both of us. So let's see what he's got planned. Ayesh, I see some cones over here. What are we planning on doing?
Basically, we are gonna do like a small drift course. We're gonna set 2 cones. We're gonna do like small entry, like figure of 8.
Figure of 8, okay. So how many figures of 8 do we need to do?
Basically, we're gonna do 3 of them.
Okay.
And whoever gets the best angle, who's gentle with the throttle, will get the most amount of score from the judges.
Alright, okay. So that's it, guys. We're going to have a drift battle. Ayesh Bandara, the drift king of Sri Lanka, and me, who's planning on dethroning him in a figure of 8 battle. Alright, Ayesh, let the best man win.
Let's see. Right.
So Ayesh has had a go and he absolutely nailed it. I think he got like a massive score. I just don't want to embarrass myself too much, so let's see how it goes. I think I nailed nailed a cone. Yeah, I'm gonna nail another cone. So let's get the cone back into place and try that again. All right, nice. Yeah. I'm getting a bit of the hang of it. Yeah. Oh, okay, that. Okay. I've got one more to do and then we're done. I don't know how I scored, but that was absolute fun.
All right, guys. So that brings us to the end of our figure of 8 drift challenge. Ayesh, did you think you did enough to beat me?
I think I did all right.
All right. Okay, so let's have a look at the scores and let's first see how Ayesh fared. Can we have Ayesh's score?
All right.
Okay, Ayesh, just hold it up.
All right.
All right, so that's, as you see, the judges have given Ayesh a score of 9. Ayesh, well done. I think that's going to be hard to beat. So you can hold on to your scores. Can we have my scores? Have a look. All right. Okay. So, that's my scores, and I've got 9s as well.
The other way around.
All right.
That's all
okay,
right,
guys. So they've given me a 6. So Ayesh, for the time being, you are still the drift king of Sri Lanka. But be aware, I will be knocking on your heels very soon. All right. Okay, guys, that brings us to the end of our Exide Masterclass Racer's Edge. I'd like to thank you, Ayesh Bandara, for coming along and bringing your absolute weapon of a drift machine, for showing us how it's done, and for also giving me a little taste of what drifting is like. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Hope to see you soon. This is the Exide Masterclass.